I hope you guys can hear me okay. Hello, my beautiful and perfect mods, Rick and Lori. I'm sure Complexity's lurking around here somewhere, probably sleeping and probably eating nacho chips in her bed by herself, watching TV because she's a Taurus. Faye, it is so wonderful to. Oh, there's Complexity. And what's up, Faye? How are you? It's so nice to see you as well. Faye, I believe. Get out. What is your problem? Why are you like this? Holy crap, dude. I cannot freaking win with this cat. As soon, it happens like all the time. Like, especially if you guys are members and you can see the members only videos. Like, I will literally be like, oh my God, see, as soon as I start talking to the camera, my freaking cat is, trying to get my attention again, or she's scratching on something. I don't know what her problem is. I was talking about you. Yes, Complexity, I was. Leo Empress, it's so nice to see you. It's nice to see my official membered dragons. It's nice to see you guys with that VIP badge. Love to see it. Leo Empress, always a pleasure. What's up, Jill? Hello, Jill. Hello, Sal. Hello, Jessica. Hello, Miss Redmond. Hello, Michaela. Shout out to Taja Clark. Welcome to the Hand of the Queen. Welcome to being an official dragon with a super duper awesome VIP badge. Let's see here. J May, Vanessa. We got some of the usual suspects in here as well. Shout out to Hypsee for being here. All right. So, Rick, if you could replace the or write a pinned comment for me by putting the tagged Hypsee channel so that people know where to go to be able to book their super chat readings, that would be awesome. So that way I could replace the pinned comment. Welcome, you guys. I hope that you're doing super awesome. We're going to be taking a look at all signs. This is going to be for every sign, Aries through to Pisces. These are general readings. So when it comes to tarot, general readings, you want to make sure to check for your sun, moon, rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. There is going to be more of a focus on the new moon in Scorpio that's occurring on November 1st, but I'm still going to speak in general terms. So specifically for your rising sign, that would be more astrological based. But for your sun, moon, rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements, that's more tarot based. Okay. Or I mean, more. Yeah, more tarot based. Sorry about that. Of course, I am taking super chat questions this evening. If you want to order a super chat, you're going to be able to do it on Hypsee tonight, which is really fun. You can go to hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis, or you can just click the link that is the pinned that is in the pinned comment in the chat box. Okay, let me go ahead and thank you so much, Rick, for doing that. I really, really appreciate that. Replace pin message. Yay. And we are all set. Okay. Thank you guys for being so patient with my big hiatus. I went and got laser resurfacing on my skin. So you guys know I've been going through a skin journey. It's been a struggle, but we're here. I'm not gonna lie, that was definitely like the most invasive. Like, my face is still pretty red. Like, I know it's kind of hard to see, but my face is still pretty dang red. Okay. This is probably one of the more intense procedures that I've done, and it's just to like smooth out skin and get even skin tone and stuff like that. And so yeah, but it was I recorded it all, so you guys are gonna be able to see that, which is super scary, not gonna lie, because I look scary. Not gonna lie about that either. I look scary. I look like I have elephantitis of the face. I look like hills have eyes. I look like I had been beaten with a bat in the dark. It's bad. So I'm glad to be here and healthy and almost fully recovered. And thank you guys so much for waiting on me. So back to Gym Tan Laundry and Tarot. Gym Tan Laundry Tarot. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and take a look here. We're gonna start out with Aries, of course. Always first, never last. Okay. Give me 1 second here. I just got done picking up my kids, so I'm a little disorganized. So if you guys could just be patient with me, that would be super awesome. I like scarfed down my dinner last minute. I'm like scarfing down 2 espresso shots of like this iced oatmeal cookie flavor. Oh, it was delectable. It was quite frankly delectable. Nothing short of astounding. Okay, it was great. All right. Let's move to Aries here. All right, Aries. Well, for my Aries risings, specifically, please tell me that's going to work. Okay, for my Aries rising specifically, you guys are going to have a new moon in your 8th house of other people's money, death, sex, taxes, all the fun stuff, right? Can be fun. For a lot of you, there's maybe a new loan that you're going to be taking out. Maybe there's a new intimate relationship that you're going to have here. Mars is opposite Pluto during this time, and this is both of Scorpio's rulers. So there's a little bit of a reality check, I think, happening, a little bit of opposition happening between your home and family or your private life and your public life. So it seems like there's a new start happening between you and another person, or in regards to money, or maybe you're finally able to pay off that loan, or finally able to pay off that mortgage or get a mortgage, or so there's a new start here. And I feel like it's going to have some longevity because there is a trine to Saturn, and Saturn likes to solidify things and make them carry on for a very, very long time. So let's go ahead and take a look at what you have going on, Aries. Do, 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 do. Okay. All right, let's see here. Okay. The King of Wands is here in your overall energy. So I like this. For some of you, this can be a masculine read. So if you're a masculine Aries, this can definitely be for you. If you're a feminine and you're dealing with a masculine, this might be what's going on in their life during this new moon. Now, keep in mind, we're going to see the full effects of this new moon in Scorpio happening for the better of 2 weeks. Okay, so it's not just one day. I like this. It's very confident. You know, the King of Wands, he can be very sexual as well when he wants to be. He's very confident about what he's going after. He's more of an entrepreneur type of person. Is this really trying to show up on my computer right now? Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry. The Sims just tried to launch all by itself on my computer, and we love that. And as much as I'd love to play The Sims right now, sorry, I just had to cancel that. Okay, I know nobody needed to know and nobody cares, but I love The Sims. Okay, so let's see here. The Knight of Cups is in reverse. So it's like confident, right? And it's fire energy. So we're passionate about something, but the emotions are kind of missing, or we're not being as vulnerable as maybe we need to be or that we want to be, quite frankly. And so when you see the Knight of Cups in reverse, well, this can talk about a lot of different things. This can talk about, jealousy. It can talk about over idealizing somebody or something. And it makes me feel like it's more of an emotionally detached energy. You know, it's like when a guy's trying to be really confident in front of you, but he like won't talk about where his bad habits came from or his childhood trauma. You know, he's just like, oh no, I'm the cool guy. You know, that's kind of like the vibe that I'm getting. But I feel like with this new moon in Scorpio, specifically if you're Aries rising, you're going to be kind of forced maybe, or you're going to be encouraged, let's say that, to be more vulnerable with somebody or something. The King of Pentacles. Well, you know, I mean, I can't be mad at you. You're all about your money. You're very much in your masculine energy, but there is a lack of vulnerability here once again. Okay. And this can maybe be your blind spot a little bit. And if that is the case, if there is a lack of vulnerability in regards to partnerships or even like to yourself or your therapist or whatever it is, you might want to ask yourself why, right? It's like when we fear being vulnerable, or when we're putting on this facade, or for instance, when we are covering up our emotions by always making jokes, or if we're throwing ourselves into our work because we don't want to feel things, like where is that coming from? You know, because processing emotions and dealing with emotions can be very, very difficult sometimes, you know. And so we try to find other ways to distract ourselves so that way we don't have to look at it. Okay. And so that only works for a time, but what's going to happen is it's going to come right back up and it's going to kind of bite you in your ass. So, so something to think about, right? Right? On your own time. But I really think that you're going to be encouraged to be vulnerable with somebody or something like that. Money looks good though. Money looks good. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Lee. 5 of Cups in reverse for a challenge. Well, what did I just say? There is those emotions, those pesky emotions, the things that we don't want to look at, the past, the reason why we have a negative perspective of our own emotions and we got to think, right? A lot of the times that comes from our upbringing. It comes from our upbringing. It comes from our parents or whoever it was that raised us. And so maybe it's something to do with that. Maybe this is someone in your life that is trying to encourage you to look at something and you're like, "Oh, no, no, no. What? I have bills to pay." Well, okay, but you're going to pay in a different way if you continue to ignore these emotions or you continue to push this problem off as a joke or trying to distract yourself from the reality of something. The Justice. Damn, 2 5s. It's time to cut the shit is what I want to say. And I know that sounds kind of crappy or whatever, but seriously, this is a time where we're needing to do right. And it's all well and good to be about our money and be really passionate about our hobbies and our endeavors, but where's the emotional component here? Cuz it seems like this is more of a distraction, but there's something that you're needing to apologize for or let go of or forgive someone for. And the sucky thing about forgiveness is that it's not easy. It's sometimes even harder to apologize, right? So depending upon which side of the fence that you're on, this can be something that's difficult, right? So if it's time to forgive somebody, maybe you don't have to tell them that you forgive them, especially if they haven't even apologized. Maybe it's that you just need to forgive them for yourself. I've had to forgive a lot of people when I never got the apology in the first place or the last place or any time, but I had to do that for me because I was walking around and harboring this resentment. And we all do that, right? We're humans, we all do that. I get it. But if this is instead about some kind of apology, like you needing to be vulnerable in some regard, or even just open up about your past, I think that you're going to get more out of it than you think you will. The Chariot in reverse. The 7 of Wands. I feel like this is a separate matter. This is what you have to look forward to for this new moon in Scorpio. So this is making me feel like if there's been something you've been fearing when it comes to competition, when it comes to holding your own, right? Aries, you usually don't have that problem, but there's something in your life that you had been fearing, some kind of fear of failure, but you're not going to fail. You're not gonna fail, and I think that a lot of you are going to realize that if there's something around you, like let's say it's coworkers, right? Maybe there's some coworkers that are trying to get your goat, that are trying to instill some kind of fear into you so that you won't succeed or right? I'm being super dramatic, right? But I have Aries in my 12th house, right? 12th house is your hidden enemies. So my hidden enemies are strong, okay? I got Aries in my 12th house, baby. So, maybe it is something like that where people are trying to stop you from succeeding or something like that. You're probably going to find that a more passive approach and not really acknowledging or rewarding that behavior with your attention is going to get you further than actually attacking back or something like that. So I really think that's something that you've been dealing with. You're going to find that not actually dealing with it, which I know is so ass backwards from what I just said, but I feel like this is a separate matter. So that's why I'm saying that. But taking a more passive approach towards a confrontational situation, just simply stating your boundaries or whatever it is, and then moving on instead of allowing it to tear you down, you're going to find that you're going to have success in that scenario. So this is basically like something that you've been fearing that you were going to fail. We have conjunction. We have the blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time, and have faith in your dreams. So there's something that maybe you're doubting a little bit. And it's interesting that this says merging and coming together, because that's what the eighth house is about. So especially if you're an Aries rising, but whatever you are, but if you are an Aries rising, the eighth house is where we come together with another person and we merge emotions, we merge bodies, we merge money, right? And I feel like this is truly about you coming together with another person, whether it's a therapist or an intimate partner, and allowing yourself to open up to that, allowing yourself to open up that space, open up the chest cavity a little bit, and I think that you'll have far more success than you think that you will. Okay, so the thing that is the thing that you're fearing is where you're failing. And so I think that you putting more focus on this thing and actually opening up to it and standing up and facing it is going to give you a lot more courage, and it's going to lead you down that path of your dreams or what have you. Okay. So thank you so much, Aries. If you want to book a personal reading, you can do so at violettaalexis.com. And if you want to book a super chat on the stream, you can do so at hypsee.com/violettaalexis. You can find that as the pinned comment in the chat box. All right. Hello, Darcy. Every time I'm vulnerable, the response I get, hey, listen, I said be vulnerable. I didn't say bleed around sharks. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference. All right. Hello, Taurus. How you doing? Whoops. Let's try this again. Hello, Taurus. How you doing? Welcome to your new moon in Scorpio tarot reading. Now, for Taurus risings, you guys are going to be having this happen in your seventh house of one-on-one relationship. So maybe it's a new relationship. Maybe you are restructuring a relationship because Saturn is involved. So if you're already in a partnership, I can definitely see maybe you deciding to get married. Maybe you're proposing, maybe somebody else is. This can also be some kind of contract that you are signing with someone, or somebody is inviting you in to sign some kind of contract that might have to do with groups, communities, something like that. Now, Scorpio is like other people's money. So this can be something about another person paying you in some way, or maybe you needing to do something for someone else or some kind of group or community. But it's basically a new start in regards to your one-on-one relationships. Now, as far as the tarot goes, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, I wish you gave a tutorial on the hair. I would love to give a tutorial on the hair, but I don't think that anybody cares about that on my tarot channel. I don't know. I don't know. Do you guys want that stuff? Do you guys want me to do beauty stuff on here? I'm happy to do it, but I don't know. I mean, I am ruled by Venus, baby. Okay? So, if you guys want that, let me know. All right, Taurus. In the energy, the Knight of Wands in reverse. You might be in this kind of inconsistent energy a little bit, running around like a chicken with its head cut off. Uranus is in your sign after all, or wherever your placement is. So this doesn't really surprise me. But there can also be this lack of action or taking too long to take action on something. And I want to say, like, be careful with that, because this time may be the time to go for something, especially because we have this new moon. This is a time to take advantage of that energy, especially regarding other people. Woo-wee! This is gonna hurt. Okay, and I'm a Taurus rising, Taurus moon. So I don't have any beef, dude, but I'm saying, like, you got to get over it. you know. I don't know what it is, okay? But you got to get over it. Because you're delaying something that you're passionate about, or that you don't realize you're passionate about yet, or whatever, because you can't get over it. And I don't know what that is for you. Maybe it is that maybe it's this. maybe you want to start a beauty channel on YouTube, right? But people have tried to make fun of your looks because they were jealous, right? And that's a wound that you've carried with you. It's a betrayal that is basically made up your personality for you, right? Weaved your personality, and now your whole identity is kind of weaved around that. Okay? And you like your passion actually is beauty, right? It's like your wound, but it's also your passion. But you can't get over yourself, or you can't get over the fact that people have been mean to you regarding your appearance. And so maybe it's something that you don't realize you'd actually end up being really successful at, but you can't get over yourself. You can't get over it, right? Preaching to the choir here. Okay. So I really think that you're doing yourself a disservice is what I want to say. Yeah, see? There's that lack of confidence right there. Right there. That's the one. So, it's that lack of confidence. You don't have the confidence to go after this thing. And it's interesting because you know what I really feel like this? It's like the way that we're hard on ourselves, and I'm not saying it's a beauty channel, okay? It's whatever it is that you're passionate about. But what I find is that we're so hard on ourselves about things, and most of the time, like, people don't care as much as you think that they do, you know? I think that we would like to think that they do because we all think that we're so important, right? But they really don't. And even if they do for a moment, they forget about it in 5 minutes and they move on to the next TikTok, or they move on to the next thing, or the next person that they can torment or whatever, right? So it's something to think about. The 7 of Cups in reverse for something you're going to have to deal with that may be a little bit challenging, with the Queen of Swords and the 3. Yeah, it's that get over it. No. And excuse my French, but it's a little bit of a shitter get off the pot moment. It's like choose something, because that Knight of Wands in reverse is all over the place. The Knight of Wands, doesn't know whether he wants to shit or wind his watch. Okay, and so it's like he's got to choose something. You got to choose something, and it has to be coming from a place of self love. Queen of Swords, right? She's been through the ringer. She's been through it, man. And so now she doesn't maybe wear a heart on her sleeve so much, but she has stronger boundaries. She has wisdom. And what she does from a place of confidence. And she's doing it from a place of, how can I get this money by tomorrow? Right? Hello, Libra energy, Queen of Swords. Okay. And this is about you needing to get over it. I hate to keep saying that. But if you look here, the 3 of Wands is here. Make the plan that I know that you already have in your head, or somewhat of a plan, a part of the plan, and go for it and have the confidence to do it. Because you know what comes after the 3 of Wands? The 4 of Wands. A reason to celebrate, breaking out of your shell, having a great time, being invited to the events, whatever that means for you. Something you have to look forward to is the Hermit. Woo! You are going to learn a lot about yourself, baby, and for the better. And the Hermit is somebody who is on a journey, and on this journey, he or she is sometimes looking for something outside of themselves. The validation, the whatever it is. Okay. But in traditional Rider-Waite tarot, you see the Hermit and he's holding the lantern. And the lantern is supposed to be a representation of the star card in tarot. Well, the star card is about our hopes, our dreams, our wishes, our aspirations. And he was carrying it the whole time. That's what you're going to learn. You're going to learn that you've had it the whole time. You've been sitting on a winning lottery ticket, buddy, The 8 of Pentacles, and something about your job or career is going to change, or the way that you deal with day-to-day life. So a lot of you have been chucking away at something and you're not seeing a return. You're being taken advantage of in a relationship, at a job, in a friend group, whatever it may be. And there's something that you're going to realize. You have been sad about these people that don't see your worth, or you've been sad about you know, not getting paid the right amount at your job or whatever the case is. But really, you do have power over these things. And I think that that's something that you're going to realize. And I think that that's probably the most beautiful thing ever. And, you know, this is also giving me that vibe of, um, you can't put a fish in a tree and expect it to fly, you know? And you know, obviously a fish is going to die if it's living in a tree, but just hear me out, right? You put a fish in a tree and it sees all these birds flying and all of these things, and you know, it's trying to fly as well, and it thinks something is wrong with it. And there's nothing wrong with the fish. The fish just doesn't belong in the tree, you know? So are you a fish that's in the tree, or are you a fish that's in the ocean? We have house 4. Well, if you're a Taurus rising, Mars is going to be hitting your 4th house here coming up November 3rd. Mars and Leo. Okay, that opposition of Pluto is tough. Okay, so there definitely may be some family things going on or something in the home that can feel very volatile or conflicting in some way. But this says doors are opening. You decide, rewards, and wild card. The end of a tough cycle approaches. How interesting is that? Because Capricorn is technically the ruler, right? Or he has the you know, what is it called? The reign over the 10th house. And then house 4 is the opposite, right? So house 4 and house 10, they're opposite houses. And this is making me feel like this is something in regards to your past and how it's holding you back from what it is that you really want, and how you can actually get over yourself and get what you want. Because house 4 can also talk about our childhood, our past, things like that, our family roots, you know, parental structures, things like that, how we were raised. And maybe there's something that from that era that is holding you back in some way. But this is saying, like, this is a choice. This is a personal choice for you, and doors are opening for you, but it's really going to be up to you at the end of the day. Okay. Because I think that once you choose to just not care, right? Especially if you're a Taurus rising and Pluto is going to be hitting that 10th house, you're going to have to start caring less about what other people think of you and just being like, you know what, I don't care, you know? So something to think about, Taurus. Thank you so much. I hope that you'll like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want to book a personal reading, you can do so at violettaalexis.com. And if you want to book a super chat in this live, you can do so at hypsee.com/violettaalexis. You can check that as the pinned comment in the chat box. What's up, Mad Max? All right, let's see here. All right, moving on to all right. Gemini, hey, how you doing? Nice to see you. Welcome. So, from a Gemini risings, astrologically speaking, you guys are going to be having a new moon in your 6th house. So, there can be a new job that you're starting. There can be, it makes me feel like it's more career oriented just because there's a trine to Saturn there. So, it's like, you know, you can be starting some kind of new job, and it can turn into it can turn into something that has longevity, or you start a new position at work that has a little bit more power, or a boss has your back or something like that. This can also be around health, day to day. Your routine might be changing a little bit. You might be implementing a new routine. But this is making me feel like there's a lot of depth here. So whatever you're doing, it makes me feel like, for instance, if you are deciding to start a new habit and get rid of some old ones, right? It makes me feel like you're pulling something out from the weeds. Like you're going in and you're like, why did I have this habit in the first place? Or why has this been my coping mechanism or whatever? And maybe that you have help from a father figure in your life. And it doesn't have to be your literal father, okay? But can be like a masculine figure in your life that may be a bit older that is kind of helping you through something. So yeah. Okay. So now for the tarot, sun, moon, rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements for Gemini. Let's see. Ace of Wands, I love it. It can definitely be something that you're passionate about, something new that you're starting that's really gonna kick your ass into gear. It can be a new job, it can be physical fitness, it can be some kind of creative pursuit, it can be sex, it can be love, it can be a lot of things. So it's a brand new beginning. It's something that you're going for. You're not really delaying anything. It seems like you're probably creating this opportunity for yourself. The devil. Woo. Well, definitely can't be sex. Okay. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it here. Let's get one more just to make sure that we know what we're doing. Interesting. Ooh. Some of you are really on this journey of trying to figure out what your toxic behaviors are, or where this fear comes from, or because you look at the devil, and the devil can be about negative coping mechanisms. It can be about bad habits. It can be about addictions. It can be about all of these things. And this to me is making me feel like you're going on that journey. You're very motivated to kind of figure it out in some way, because you may feel like you don't really know. um, for others of you, this can be a very strong determination to make money and come into power. And I'm not gonna lie, you just might make it. I want to know what that Two of Swords is, though. Page of Cups in reverse. It's weird because it feels like there's a fight to the top, but you're trying to do so without any underhanded tactics or weird manipulative behaviors. But you're also trying to make sure that you're not naive in regards to whatever this is that you're trying to pursue. So maybe you're very determined to, I don't know. I'm, of course, I'm being super cliche because this is the field that I'm in. But let's say that you are trying to get a job in social media, okay? And you're really determined. Like, you've been watching all the videos, you've been watching the tutorials, you kind of figured out how to get up there, how to get on top in regards to YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whatever the thing is. And while that's all well and good, you're also trying to make sure, because social media can be an evil place. It's everything is politics, baby. Everything is politics. And so it's like you want to get to the top, but you want to do it the right way, right? You want to do it the right way. You don't want to have to cut anybody on your way up. But at the same time, you're not interested in being taken advantage of. So there's almost like this. Sorry, I just got a call. 1 second, please. Sorry about that. So it's like you're trying to keep the peace while also making sure that nobody oversteps your boundaries. Does that make sense? So it makes me feel like you're trying to do something in the right way while having a lot of determination and fuel behind it. The Nine of Swords. So there may be a little bit of anxiety with whatever new beginning this is, and it can be like a new job. It can be you going out and dating, right? People don't know this, but sixth house can be like you're going out and like dating, as in like, figuring out who's for you. Like, it can be like Tinder or things like that, okay? Because then after the sixth house comes the seventh house, right? And this new moon is happening in your sixth house if you're a Gemini rising. But whatever it is, it seems like you may have a little bit of anxiety around it, because it may be like a tough field, or it may be really hard to put yourself out there, or whatever it may be. So just a little bit of anxiety, I think. Yeah, it makes me feel like because you're starting something new, you may feel a little bit naive or not as confident as you may want, just because this is something new that you're starting. The world. So what I'm feeling from this is you might feel a little intimidated with whatever this is that you are beginning, but the challenge is to complete it. The challenge is to do it anyway. The challenge is to, speak even if your voice shakes. So whatever the thing is that's giving you anxiety, just try to push through it as best as you can. And I know this is also very cliche, but you know how they say, like, oh, don't be afraid, channel that energy into excitement instead, right? I know that's easier said than done, but maybe something to try. We have the Queen of Wands in reverse for what you have to look forward to. We have the King of Swords, and then we have the Judgment energy. If you have been feeling insecure or jealous of others or something like that, okay, and I'm not saying that's what it is, but if you have been, I think that there's a conversation that you're going to have with somebody that's going to help you, that's going to basically give you perspective and advice and help you make a big decision that has to do with your God given plan, that has to do with your life's purpose. So I feel like those insecurities or whatever it is that you've been dealing with, I feel like they're going to kind of go away or fade a little bit with some kind of conversation that you're getting from another person. It seems like this person is giving you some kind of counsel. We have Taurus for your advice. We have deep cellular healing, physical and emotional healing. It's time to take action. Well, I think that you're doing that anyway. You know, Taurus it is definitely a very sensual sign. It is about the senses and it is about feeling and the body and things like that. And so maybe for some of you, this is about actually healing your physical body, taking better care of yourself, things like that, getting into the gym, you know, whatever. It can be telling you to do that, but it can also be saying don't get so intertwined in that you forget about the mental and the emotional as well. So, and if that's not it, this can be telling you to trust in yourself, have that self-worth and self-value enough to take action on what it is that you're trying to go after, even if you're a little afraid, because I think it's going to build your confidence. So thank you so much, Gemini. I hope that you'll like, share, comment, and subscribe if you have not. And if you would like to book a personal reading, you can do so at violettaalexis.com. If you want to book a super chat, you can do so at hypsee.com/violettaalexis. You can find that as the pinned comment in the chat box below. Okay. Ooh, it's feeling spicy in here. It's a little hot. All right. We got Cancer. Oh, did I really X out of that? What a moron. All right, there we go. All right, Cancers. So for astrologically speaking, Cancer risings, love this for you. Love this for you. New moon in your 5th house. God, what a blast. I really like this. So this can definitely be a new beginning that you're having with your children. Maybe more vulnerability, more fun time, more playtime, going out, having a great time, maybe more intimacy in a relationship. You know, this is essentially about enjoyment, and just having a blast. And it can be that you meet somebody new. You meet somebody new that you're romantically interested in. Maybe you meet somebody at a distance with that trine to Saturn in the 9th house, right? And then you end up going and seeing this person, and it ends up like actually lasting a lot more, a lot longer than you think it will, right? This can also be some new entrepreneurial endeavor that you have, and maybe you're speaking to some kind of guru or a mentor to help you on whatever this risk is that you're taking in regards to entrepreneurship. And it can be something that really lasts for a long time. Maybe some of you are trying to become a life coach or a mentor yourself. You know, I could see that happening as well. Whatever it is, love this new moon for you. You guys probably have one of the best ones, to be honest. And, you know, you got to think that Scorpio trines your sign. So we love that. Okay. And so does Saturn. So, all right, Cancer. Now, as far as the tarot goes, let's go ahead and take a look. Sorry, what the hell? Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. All right. The Temperance in reverse. So Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements for Cancer. The Temperance in reverse can be like, I'm not really happy with how that conversation went, or I'm not really happy with my current circumstances, or what do I believe in? Because this is Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the natural 9th house king or queen, right? And so it can be about that. Maybe you feel like you're lacking in education, but this can also be feeling like you're overdoing it in some area of your life. So you can feel maybe a little overwhelmed as well. You have the Three of Pentacles here. So I like this. It tells me that somebody's on the same page with you in regards to work, or maybe a partner is on the same page with you in regards to maybe trying to help you a little bit, maybe trying to lift the load a little bit, you know? So I like that it seems as though you have some kind of support here. It just feels like you might be feeling a little squirrely with that Temperance in reverse. And it may be that you also feel like, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy kind of scenario, like where maybe you're working too much and you need more play, and that this new moon is going to be perfect for that, right? So it can be something like that. The Six of Wands in reverse, you could just feel like you're not getting enough attention or recognition for all the efforts that you're putting in, okay? But that Three of Pentacles is telling me that somebody's on your side, somebody believes in you, somebody's probably helping you and encouraging you. I mean, you see these aunts. You see these three aunts and they're all carrying a pentacle, right? It's like everybody's kind of doing their part. So I think that if you've been feeling overwhelmed lately, I think this is the time where that's going to kind of dissipate a little bit, okay? A challenge that you might be faced with is the Two of Wands. Well, if you want different, you got to be different. You got to think different. The Two of Wands can be like, okay, we need to come up with a plan, right? Maybe it's that you don't have a plan. Maybe it's that you don't have a proper schedule. Maybe, so this can be saying, okay, well, you need to actually come up with a plan, some kind of designated plan for yourself, but it's got to be different than what you've done before, especially if you're looking for a different result. And I don't know what that's in regards to. I don't know if this is about dating, maybe in regards, you're like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna start dating, right? But you don't really have a plan, and a lot of us don't really have a plan when we go out and date. We just go out and date, right? But with this being your challenge, and I'm not saying it's about dating, it can be, okay? This is just an example. So this may be like, okay, well, this is my plan. I am going to drive there myself to meet said person that I'm going to go see on a date. I'm not going to trauma dump on this person, and I'm not going to literally give them the handbook to play me, right? It's like when guys or girls, when they ask, like, what are you looking for a partner, and you tell them every little thing that you're looking for, and then they just become that thing, but it's not really who they are. And then 3 months down the line, it's like, oh, you're a completely different person, so coming up with a game plan and then being like, okay, and I'm going to leave at 9 o'clock, right? And I'm not going home with this person or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, if you don't want the narcissist, or you don't want the manipulator, or you don't want the same old, like, one night stand or whatever it may be, right? Like, plan. Okay. So, and do something different than you've done before if you want something different. The Page of Pentacles, and we have the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, so this is about like doing something different, getting out of your comfort zone and actually putting in the effort. And then whatever happens, happens, and just kind of rolling with the punches and being able to look at something with a higher mind or a higher perspective. Like, oh, like that was interesting. I learned a lot from that, and just kind of moving on, and don't carry it with you. Something you have to look forward to is the Five of Swords, the Tower in reverse, and the Lovers. Absolutely love this. There may be a very strong determination for you not to have what you've had before. So what you've had in the past, a very strong determination for you not to have another chaotic failed relationship, or, another boss that treats you like crap, or whatever it is. I think that if you are looking for love, this will absolutely be the time. After the master manipulators, after the narcissists, after the chaos, this will probably be the time when you meet somebody. If you're already in a relationship and it has been chaotic, I see it going really, really well. I see big decisions are leading to big successes in one way or another. And it seems like you're pretty determined to have that. And that's exactly why you're getting it. And you're not carrying it with you, I think, as well. So any kind of like negativity that, happens during this journey that you're on, I don't see you carrying it with you and bringing that into the next job or the next relationship. But this is like a big deal right here. Chiron, the wounded healer, hurt and heal. I'm sorry, defenselessness, riding past wrongs and uprooting. and then you're very close to achieving your goal. Well, what is your goal, right? Because it's telling me that you're very close to achieving whatever that thing is, but it's saying that there's some kind of wound that you're still carrying that's basically sabotaging you in some way for some of you, okay? For some of you, you may be needing to apologize to somebody with this card and right some kind of past wrongs, okay? And maybe you hurt somebody in the past because other people hurt you. Hurt people, right? And that can be the thing. For others of you, maybe it's that you're needing to forgive yourself for the way that you have allowed yourself to be treated, for the way that you allowed yourself to put up with a lot of things that you shouldn't have, or what have you. But maybe this is the time for you to understand where that came from, and kind of move on. You know what I mean? So that's what I have for you, Cancer. Thank you so much. If you want to book a super chat question during this live stream, you can do so at hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. You can find that link. It's the pinned comment in the chat box by Rick Astor. And if you want to book a personal reading, you can do so at violettaalexis.com. Or you can actually do it on Hypsee as well. I have those available there. All right. You look so cute. Thanks, baby. I'm still a little red from my skin procedure, to be honest. But thank you. One sec. Oh my God. What is that? Oh, I'm glad I freaking looked at that. There's a damn bug over here. Okay. All right. Let me turn that ringer off so we don't get interrupted again. All right. Thank you so much, Cancer. I appreciate it. Let's move on to Leo. Hello, Leo. I like them red. Rachel, get out of here. All right. Leo. All right. So, astrologically speaking, the new moon in Scorpio happening on November 1st. 2024. This is going to be happening in your guys' fourth house of home and family. So maybe you're moving. Maybe you're deciding to start a family. Maybe you're deciding to actually buy your first home, right? With that trine to Saturn in the eighth house. Maybe you get a loan for a home or whatever the case is. I can definitely see you bonding with somebody intimately. It can be a partner within the home, sharing your past with somebody, being very, the fourth and the eighth house are natural water houses anyway. And so with this being here, this can be you and somebody, family member, somebody you're close to, or somebody that you live with, or somebody in the home, or something like that, really being open and honest about your emotions and your feelings. And so this can really create a fantastic connection between you and somebody. So I will be uploading the full video for the new moon in Scorpio for members only here pretty soon. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the tarot. So now this is going to be for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. We have the Seven of Swords. So this can be like, I'm getting guarded on this, although this isn't necessarily the card of being guarded. But the Seven of Swords is really about a guy in an army. And he's supposed to go to war, have a battle the next day. And what he ends up doing while everybody is sleeping, he sneaks off into the other camp and he steals their swords so they can't be used against him the next day. So this can kind of be that guarded energy, or that, maybe not revealing everything that you want because you're afraid it's going to be used against you, or being too afraid to be vulnerable in some way because it'll be used against you. The Seven of Swords isn't always about lying, cheating, stealing, okay? But sometimes it can be like, I'm withholding this information to protect myself from being hurt. Sometimes that can be the case. The Ace of Pentacles, the Six of, I love this. This is so sweet. For some of you, you're definitely trying to start a family, or you may be trying to have children or something like that. I can 100% see that happening. And maybe it is that you are starting a new job at this time as well. Maybe you meet somebody at this job for some of you, but mostly this feels like an opportunity potentially to either make money or have a very vulnerable and intimate relationship with somebody. Even if you're already partnered, it feels like there's a new beginning in regards to that partnership. And, the Six of Cups is Sun in Scorpio, which is, Scorpio is the natural ruler of the eighth house. So, it can be a big change and transformation happening in regards to your one-on-one partnerships, in regards to how intimate you're becoming with somebody, how vulnerable you're allowing yourself to be. But the Six of Cups is also a gift from God. And I'm wondering if you see value in somebody or someone sees value in you and you are the one that's offering the opportunity. I only say that cuz the Ace of Pentacles is your energy, but it feels like a gift that you're giving to somebody else. But I feel like it's a gift that is also it's like a gift that you're giving to yourself. But I'm wondering if you're kind of keeping it under wraps for some reason or you're being quiet about it or something like that. So it feels like it's a mutual beneficial connection or relationship that you're having with another person that's going to benefit both parties. What's up, Rambling Rising? We have the Eight of Swords. So this is some trouble that you might run into. Well, what is the Eight of Swords? The Eight of Swords is we really think that we're stuck and we don't know how to get out of it, but we actually do. And all we really need to do is, excuse my language, but shit or get off the pot. And that's when we can see the change coming in. But the Eight of Swords is about somebody who it's not that they don't know how to get out of it. They just don't know really what their options are, or they're acting like they don't know what their options are because they don't actually like the options that are in front of them about something. But this can also somebody like blinding, like they're actually blinding themselves to something on purpose. So let's kind of see what that's about. What's up, Deb? The Nine of Wands. Yeah, I told you I was getting this guarded energy, and now I have the Nine of Wands. I feel like with that Nine of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, I think that you may be running into somebody else that may be quite guarded. And it can leave you feeling mm, not neglected, but what are my efforts for? I'm wondering. And of course, it can be you that's feeling quite guarded. Maybe you've just been through a lot, but I don't know. You're the one that's offering this. So it's making me feel like you're running up against somebody that may be a little bit uncertain or unsure or I don't know. And it's really all about how you handle it with that Two of Pentacles, I think, when somebody's guarded, it's usually because they're either A, hiding something, or it's because they have been seriously hurt before. And so it's not really about that per se. It's about how you're going to handle that scenario. And are you going to get defensive or, act like a deer in the headlights, or are you going to learn how to maneuver through the connection or maneuver through the problem? So it's all about how you're dealing with something, I think. The Two of Cups in reverse for what you have to look forward to, with the Four of Swords and the Eight of Wands in reverse. If there's like a connection that's felt forced or something like that, I feel like you can heal from that. I think that some time alone, you're going to have more revelations from that than you think. For some of you, however, if you've had a disconnect or a misunderstanding with someone, I really think it's more so just that, a misunderstanding. And I think that there can be healing that comes from it. We have the House 6. We have Star Family. You're part of a team of souls calling support. And look at the big picture. Well, interesting, because House 6 is so much more about the smaller picture. And then you're part of a team of souls calling support. It makes me feel like lean on your connections, lean on your friendships. For some of you, this has nothing to do with this. If you are like really busy, like overly busy, and you're just like doing it all yourself, and you feel overwhelmed or overburdened in some way, don't be afraid to like ask your dad to, take your car to the shop, or if you can afford it, hire a maid, or I don't know, whatever the thing is. Don't be afraid to ask people for help, even if it's like you're at work and you're just overwhelmed and you just need somebody to pick it up a little bit. I think that it's telling you it's okay to like lean on that. It's okay to be vulnerable enough to ask for help sometimes, and some of you, that's just simply what you need. But it's saying like there's a bigger picture here, and it's telling you to maybe delegate some tasks to others so you can focus on the big picture as opposed to the details of something. So obviously that's going to be different for all of you. Thank you so much, Leo. If you want to book a super chat, you can do so at hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. You can find that information as the pinned comment in the chat box below. Okay. And if you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so at violettaalexis.com. All right. Let's move on to Virgo. Oh my God, I am such an idiot. I saw that water bottle come across my screen. It scared me. Like, bitch, you're holding it. Like, what the hell was that? Oh God, you guys, I just can't sometimes. All right, Virgo. All right. New moon in Scorpio for my Virgo risings. This is astrologically speaking. This is just a quick rundown. I'm going to do the full video for the members only coming up on the 1st. So, Virgo risings, this is a new moon in your 3rd house. I mean, this could be so many things, right? The 6th and the 3rd house are such busy houses. And I think it was Adam Ellenboss who called this the junk drawer of your chart. Right? So this can be like just feeling really busy, but this can also be about having some deep talks, especially with a therapist, trying to Saturn in your 7th house of one-on-one relationships, having a deep talk with a therapist, having deep talks with a partner of some sort, making plans to travel. You can be delegating tasks to somebody to build a website. You can be writing with a partner. You can be getting some kind of advice from somebody about writing or social media, or maybe you're starting a podcast with somebody, or I mean, it can be a plethora of things that you're starting in this house. It can also be like you're looking to move for some of you, or maybe you're looking to buy a new car as well. Okay, let's see here. Now, just for the tarot, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements for Virgo. Oh, I love it. 3 of Cups. Maybe you're networking, socializing, getting together with people, hanging out. There can be a reconciliation as well if you've been away from a partner. And maybe it was a breakup and you two are kind of getting back together and, talking about the good times and having heartfelt conversations, which can absolutely happen with new moon and Scorpio in the 3rd house, especially if you're Virgo rising. But besides that, this can also be, even if you're with a partner of some sort, this can just be you guys hanging out, having a good time. Maybe you are in a long distance relationship and you guys are coming together and seeing each other. Whatever this is just like hanging out with people and being around the people who matter to you. The Fool in reverse and the 4 of Cups. Well, interesting that we're going from the 3 of Cups to the 4 of Cups. What I will say with this is don't put your foot in your mouth. The Fool in reverse, think about this, the Fool in reverse as like a negative Uranian trait, okay? And the Fool in reverse can be somebody who does something impulsively without thinking about another person or thinking about others. And then whoopsie, now we're being rejected. Or, maybe somebody else does that, right? Maybe they surprise you or they shock you and you're like, all right, didn't like that. But the 4 of Cups is sometimes it can be like a lack of gratitude, if I'm being completely honest with you. So maybe it's like there's somebody here, they're showing up for you, but you're showing a lack of gratitude for it. Maybe you're showing up for somebody else and you're just simply disappointed that they're showing a lack of gratitude towards you. But this is essentially your energy. So you got to keep that in mind. So it makes me feel like you're kind of doing something without thinking, and then like you disappoint yourself, and not just yourself, but other people. So just, a little word of caution the first couple of weeks in November, right? So let's see here. Something that you might be aware of, or you need to be aware of, a challenge that you might be facing. This can be not having the proper perspective, not being able to let go of something when it matters, not being able to heal, or being able to let go of a problem. Or it can also be subconscious issues kind of coming to the surface and getting in your way. So I know that, I know a Virgo rising, sometimes he can get really defensive over like the smallest things. And it's like, well, where does that come from? And it might come from insecurity. It might come from feeling like he was bullied his whole life. It might, there can be a plethora of reasons. So, this time in the first 2 weeks of November might be asking you, like, where is that coming from, right? If you're doing something impulsive, or you say something that maybe is a little out of pocket, and you're like, God, why did I say that? And you got to think as well, especially if you're Virgo rising, new moon in the third house. This can be like the way that we communicate, and also it can be like the way that we think sometimes. So something to kind of think about. Hold on one second. All right, there we go. Sorry about that. One sec, guys. Okay. All right, there we go. Sorry about that. So let's see. The sun in reverse. Is it coming from a place of pride? Is it coming from a place of arrogance? Is it coming from a place of insecurity? Negative mind frame? Because the Four of Cups can be like a negative Nancy a little bit. The Four of Cups can be somebody who's just always disappointed with everything, always finds a reason to complain, is never happy with anything. Like, where is that coming from? You know, honestly. And listen, and I'm a Virgo, okay? So no beef here, dude. I'm just saying, like, really, do you really have that many reasons to be upset? Or are you creating reasons to be upset? And ask yourself that. And it can be hard sometimes to be able to look at the bright side of things as opposed to the negative. It's so much easier, right? It's like you got to think about it. Like, I remember George R. R. Martin, one of my probably my favorite author of all time. His birthday is September 20th, actually. So that's kind of funny. Mine's the 21st. Anyway, nobody cares. One day he was talking about how when he first started getting reviews on his books, A Song of Ice and Fire or A Game of Thrones, um, he was like, I would get all these wonderful comments, and then I would like, somebody would say something negative, and I would just hone in on that one comment. And I just couldn't let it go. I couldn't let it go, and I still think about it till this day. And sometimes you have to truly think about the positive. You have to like train your brain to think in those terms. 10 of Cups. Woo! Can be about a relationship, because this is what's on the other side, a healthy relationship. Oh yeah, sorry about that. Thank you, Lori. But a healthy relationship and happiness is what can come from that. What you have to look forward to is the moon in reverse. Well, this will be the time where things are being revealed to you know, where you have an understanding of yourself, an understanding of your fears and your emotions. Yep. And it's like, it's almost like something you didn't realize before. And this can also be like paranoias, you know? You can be like really paranoid. You can see yourself overcoming that in some way. Yeah, see, damn, see? The sage is the high priestess here. And it's in reverse, the moon in reverse, the hangman in reverse. This is like all 12th house energy in reverse. And it's really like subconscious things. And you're going to realize these things. Like, you're going to figure out what they are and where they're coming from. Cardinal for your advice, Virgo. You got the love, codependency, boundaries, balance, spirituality, and practicality. So it may be saying like needing to respect somebody else's boundaries, and you needing to maybe lead by example in some way by respecting another person's boundaries. This can also be about you needing to implement healthy boundaries as well. It just feels like it's that simple. As far as the balance, spirituality, and practicality, this may be telling you to balance those. you know, kind of that simple. Interesting that 12th house energy is coming up here again with that full moon in Pisces. Pisces is a natural ruler of the 12th house. So it's interesting that all of that 12th house energy is kind of coming up. Don't be your own worst enemy, Virgo. We have enough of those in life, but a lot of the times I find that we are our worst. We are our own worst enemy. Okay. Thank you so much, Virgo. I hope that you'll like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat, you can do so at hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. You can find that link as the pinned comment in the chat box below. All right. Thank you, Virgo. Alrighty. Let's move on to Libra. Hello, Libra. How are you guys doing? Virgo Venus is the hardest to please. I really like Venus and Taurus. Venus and Taurus are such givers. I like Venus and Cancer as well. Venus and Cancer is, I just love Venus and Cancer. Venus and Cancer. I just love Cancer energy, like all around. I really do. But yeah, my dad's a Venus and Virgo, and growing up with him, and I don't know if this has anything to do with his Venus and Virgo, maybe, but I felt like he was very hard on me in regards to like school or like very critical, of me, to be honest. But I will say this, he really does a lot, like, for my mom, for my kids, like, he really gives a lot and, like, is always running errands for everybody. "Don't worry, I'll go to the store. Don't worry, I'll pick up the laundry. Don't worry, I'll cook." He's always, like, it's just he's just been surrounded by a bunch of girls his whole life. Me, my mom, my 2 daughters, like, just a bunch of girls. But Venus and Virgo can be really, really great when they wanna be. So, whoops, sorry about that. So Libra risings, astrologically speaking, I'm just gonna give you a quick rundown. I'm gonna do the full video for the members on November 1st. However, for my Libra risings, you guys are going to have a new moon in Scorpio in your second house. So this can be a new money-making opportunity. This can be some new venture that you're starting out on, maybe you start making money walking the dog, right? With that trine to Saturn in the in the sixth house. Maybe you know somebody in this field and they help you get some kind of job there. But you're maybe making new money in maybe a different way, or there's some kind of new stream of income. But this can also be about all of the work that maybe you've been doing on yourself. Maybe you've been working out a lot or something like that. It can be like a new start in regards to your self-esteem and self-worth. So let's see here, Libra. Now for the tarot, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements for Libra. Let's see here. The Ace of Cups, love it. Absolutely love it. Can be new love, can be new creative opportunity, can be a new chance to be vulnerable. This is like you have a ton of love to give. You're feeling like it's overflowing. Who do you want to give it to? What do you want to spill into? Is it creative projects? So that's really beautiful. The Four of Wands in reverse and the Empress in reverse. So like I said, self-worth, self-value. There's going to be an opportunity for you to prove yourself, not to anyone else necessarily, but to yourself. The Four of Wands in reverse can be like when we don't do something because we're insecure. Like, "Oh, hey, you want to go out tonight?" "No, I have a pimple on my forehead." And like, of course, that's like a very small example, but this makes me feel like you are not as insecure as you think you are, or you have less to be insecure than you think you do. And I think that there's going to be an opportunity for you to be able to just simply be without feeling as though you have to try so hard, or where you feel like you really have to push it, or you have to be something that you're not. Now, whether or not you take the opportunity is absolutely up to you, but you got it. Like, you got the juice to do it. But don't let some insecurity stop you from being very fulfilled or feeling really fulfilled. A challenge is the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Well, the Four of Pentacles in reverse can be like, am I going to take this risk? Am I going to do it? Or am I going to live in fear my whole life or insecurity my whole life? you know? And I think that there maybe it's a financial opportunity. Let's see here. The Death card. Well, that's Scorpio right there. So it can be a financial opportunity, absolutely. It can be a way maybe for you to work with others and make more money. But I'm almost wondering if you got to spend a little bit of money to make money. This is not financial advice. Okay. You're responsible for your own finances. I'm just saying for the tarot, for some of you, you may end up needing to spend some money to make money. So, what do I mean by this, right? Maybe you want to start a Shopify store, but like, guess what? Shopify is not free. So, you may need to spend a monthly subscription in order to have that website and drop ship or whatever the thing is. Okay. Um, the 10 of wands is there as well. So there something needs to evolve in regards to what it is that you're taking a risk on or what it is that you're doing, or you're needing to let go of something in order to evolve. Sometimes we hold on to things because it's just something that we're used to or whatever, but we don't realize it's actually holding us back, whether that is a person, whether that is some kind of ideal we've created in our brain, a habit, whatever it may be. But it's saying that you can do this, but it's going to be hard. Whatever this thing is that you're doing or you're getting ready to do, you have the chops, you got it, but you have to be willing to change. You have to be willing to evolve. And sometimes you have to take a risk to get a big reward. The King of Cups in reverse for something that you have to look forward to with the Star and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So if you've been feeling emotionally unwell, let's say, if your finances haven't been doing very well, if this looks like a relationship or some kind of connection that hasn't been doing well, where maybe somebody is not that vulnerable and you're insecure or whatever, I see some kind of healing coming in and you guys being able to come together and have some kind of common goal. So that looks positive to me. Let's see. We have Virgo. Fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life. A fiery climax approaches. Okay. I'm really wondering if you're being too critical of yourself or of another, or if somebody's being too critical of you. I will say this, if you are being too critical of yourself, it's not going to solve anything. You know, like show me your Virgo placements, right? But being hypercritical of yourself isn't going to help you take these chances, isn't going to help you take these risks. It's just going to breed more insecurity. And you're just going to sit there, right? Like an idiot. And you're never going to move because you're going to be too insecure to do it or whatever it is. So, give yourself some grace. Um, for instance, if you have children, would you ever catch yourself talking to them that way, the way that you do to yourself in your own head? The way that you treat yourself in regards to that pure heart space, or the way that you treat your children in regards to your heart, like your heart space emotionally, is how you should be treating yourself or the person that you love the most, whoever that may be. Okay? Like, it's okay to not be perfect. It really is. Nobody's getting out of this alive, It's okay. Okay. So, and also if this is about a connection, this may be saying that somebody may be needing to be less critical of another person in order for it to work. So I don't know who that is. Okay. But thank you so much, Libra. I hope that you'll like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like to book a personal reading, you can do so at violettaalexis.com. But if you want to order a super chat during this live, you can do so at hypsee.com/violettaalexis. You can find that as the pinned comment in the chat box. All right. I have to spend money to make brownies. You see how my moms just clown me like the whole time? You see what they do to me? Yes, Sarah, I am doing super chats, but they're going to be on Hypsee. So, hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. All super chats are going to be on Hypsee. So you can just, if you want, click the pinned comment in the chat. All right, let's go ahead and move on to Scorpio. Thank you, Lori. All right. So, Scorpio, of course, I'm doing a short version. I'll be doing the full new moon in Scorpio video on November 1st for members only. So keep that in mind. This is just a quick rundown. Scorpio risings, astrologically speaking, this is for Scorpio risings. You're going to have a new moon in your first house of self. Absolutely love it. New you, new way of taking care of your body, new way of perceiving yourself. Something new that you're doing in regards to your appearance, something new that you're doing in regards to a workout or whatever. There's a trine to Saturn in the 5th house, new way of expressing yourself, deciding to go out there and put yourself out there and date a little bit more or whatever. I feel like you have support from somebody. In regards to taking chances, but I see you having this like new start in regards to how you're expressing yourself or the fun that you're deciding that you want to have. I want to have more fun in my life. I want more depth. I want more dating. I want more writing. I want more whatever the thing is. So it looks pretty positive from this angle. All right, let's see here. Oh, Indy Skies, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Indy. Violetta loves you. Happy birthday. All right, Scorpio. Now, this is for tarot, sun, moon, rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. Let's go ahead and take a look. High Priestess in reverse. Ooh, this is you have not even grazed the surface when it comes to your unlimited potential. And I genuinely feel like you've been shooting yourself in the foot because you have continued to go back to things that are a joke. Things that are, hey, Ryan, things that are a joke, things or people that treat you like a joke. This is essentially where you're settling. And, you just don't want to fight. You just don't want the drama. You're just going to continue to bite the bullet for you and everybody else and whatever. But how long before you start to resent the people around you? But that's not the real question. How long until you start to truly resent yourself? One thing I've noticed, now I can't speak for everybody, but for me, I know that when I am settling for somebody's crap behavior, I know that when I'm settling when it comes to my workouts and taking care of myself, I know that when I'm settling in my job, I really start to despise myself. And of course, that's not healthy, but we've all done it at one point or another. And this is kind of what I see happening here for some of you. Okay. So don't shortchange yourself. Don't shortchange yourself. At least not in the first 2 weeks of November. Okay. After that, it's all well and good. Just kidding. All right. A challenge. The 9 of Pentacles. Ooh. I just heard Adele in my head. I don't know why. But that 9 of Pentacles, this is your challenge. Well, why would this be a challenge? This is about what I deserve. And how I got here was through hard work and determination and busting my ass. And, oh, whoops, I think I just muted. Okay, there we go. And, this is being able to relax and being able to get to a place in your life where you feel somewhat accomplished, but you feel like you can relax about it. You feel secure. You feel like you could stand on your own 2 feet. You don't need to settle to some kind of broken relationship in order to feel validated. you know, or whatever it may be. Yeah, because that's not going to make you feel good. It's really your heart that I think is maybe a little broken, or maybe some kind of trust issues that you're having. The heart of cups, or the queen of cups in reverse. Yes, this can be about trust issues and stuff, but emotionally she does not feel secure, or he does not feel insecure, whatever gender you identify with. And it's about the queen of cups in reverse is looking for somebody else to make her feel secure. But the nine of pentacles is about working to make yourself feel secure. And this new moon in Scorpio is about you, baby. So think about which house in your natal chart has Scorpio in it, and that may be telling you that's where you need to stop settling. That's where you need to be more independent. Yep, because you're not going to get there like that. Nine of Pentacles. First, you got to get here before you get here, baby. You can't expect the 10 of Pentacles before you get to the 9. What does that mean? You cannot expect to have a healthy relationship, or to actually have a really, really great career, if you don't first do the work and get to that independent, secure place. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a relationship. This reminds me of if I had, let's say that you're like, I want to be a billionaire, right? And I'm like, okay, let's say I have a $1 billion business, right? And I was like, okay, here, I'm going to give you my $1 billion business. You'd be like, wait, I don't know what I'm doing. Well, here you go. You want to be a billionaire. Are you a vibrational match to that thing that you want so badly? What you have to look forward to, we have the Knight of Swords reversed, the Three of Swords reversed, and the Emperor in reverse, or the Sky Father in reverse. Okay. You're going to get to a point where something is going to trigger you, and you're going to be forced to overcome it. And I know that doesn't sound fun. Yeah, Page of Wands in reverse. No more half stepping. No more delays. This isn't going to sound fun, right? But you're going to be forced to let go. And sometimes that doesn't feel good, right? Especially for a Scorpio or a Taurus. Let go, bitch. Let go of what? Right. But you're going to get to that point where you're going to get so triggered that you're going to be forced to let go. And it's going to be the best thing that ever happened to you. You're not going to think so in the moment, but it truly will be. And I know that when I was forced to let go of certain people, places, things in my life, it was like a whole archway opened up. No door, bitch. All of the good stuff just came flooding in. It was fabulous. I think that's where you're probably going to be. We have Mars. We have weight of the world, boundaries. Let it go. It's not yours to carry. And what do you need to release? Well, there's your co-ruler, Mars, right? It's about you. This is about you. Some of you have some ancestral karma, is what I'm getting with that for some reason. And I never say that. So that's really interesting. But, this is asking you to have boundaries, probably asking you to have some self-love as well. And this is about releasing and letting go. It's giving me tower vibes. If you don't do it, it's going to happen, So thank you so much, Scorpio. If you want to book a super chat reading, you can do so for this stream by going to hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. You can find that. It is the pinned comment by Rick Astor in the chat box below. If you want to book a personal reading, you can do so at violettaalexis.com. All right. I'm not going to lie. I got to pee. So give me just a second. Here, let me actually do this. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Okay. That works for me. Okay. I will be right back. Okay. I eat these little calm gummies because I have anxiety. So that is what I'm eating. They're so good. You're only supposed to take 4 a day. And I recommend obviously only taking that dosage, but they are so good. They're really hard not to eat. What? No, I'm just kidding. Okay. It's like this glazed lip oil. It's nice, but it doesn't last very long. Okay. You know what? Let me actually put this here. One sec. All right, that's cute. Oh, what did I just do? Sorry, guys. Hold on. Sorry. Hold on, please. Okay, well, that's just gonna have to be what it is. Where is it? Oh my God, is that it? Why is it so tiny? Why was it so fucking tiny? Oh my God. I was like squinting looking for it. It's so tiny. What the hell? All right, guys, hold on. That is just absolutely not gonna work. Why does it look so unprofessional? I don't like that. I'm gonna have to make something with Canva. I can't do that. I was trying to be cute and help people out and myself, but that's just not working for me. That looks terrible. Look, I'm about the aesthetics, baby. Okay, not happening. All right, so Sagittarius. Sagittarius rising, astrologically speaking. We're just doing a little quick synopsis of the new moon in Scorpio. I'm going to be doing the full video for members only come November 1st, so please keep that in mind. So you guys are going to be having a new moon happening in your 12th house. This is kind of the hidden zone, and then with that trine to Saturn, this is definitely more private. This can be a little bit more spiritual as well. You can be like deciding to go to therapy, you can be deciding to go to rehab, you can be deciding to start some kind of new meditative or spiritual practice within the home. There can be some kind of support from a parent. So for instance, if you're like, you know what, I really want to go back to therapy, and you have like, a dad or a mom that's like really cheering you on, or something like that. But this can be just like something that you're kind of starting behind the scenes as well. It can be some kind of money making project, maybe. So let's go ahead and move on. So Sagittarius, this is the tarot portion, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. Let's go ahead and take a look at the energy that you have from November 1st through to November 14th. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. You can feel like you're wasting your time in a situation, especially if you've been investing a lot. So this can be something in regards to a job. This can be something in regards to a business. And you could be feeling like, God, I'm really just not, like, my money's going nowhere, or my energy's going nowhere, my love is going nowhere. When am I going to get a return on whatever this is? The Naked Heart. This is about you being true to you. So you may get to this point where you're like, this really is not me, and you're realizing that something just really isn't you. And so you're getting to this point where you are accessing your most authentic depth, is what I want to say. And so what I mean by that, like, for instance, if you are engaging in some hobby because your friends are doing it, and you're like, God, I just, like, this is a waste of my energy. This isn't really me. I don't really like this. You're probably having that revelation now, and you're probably going to end up connecting with people, with more like-minded people, or with something that is more up your alley. And I like that the Knight of Pentacles is here, because it's telling me that whatever this is that you're taking action on, there's definitely a financial component to it, but you're making sure that all your T's are crossed, all your I's are dotted, and you're making sure that you are doing it right. The Knight of Pentacles doesn't take his time because he's, in a wheelchair or something. He's, he's taking his time because he wants to do it right. He wants to make sure that what he's working on and what he's perfecting, he's doing it right. So that's what you're doing. A challenge is the Magician in reverse. Yeah, it's like, where are your talents, gifts, skills, and abilities? Where are they being wasted, or where are they being utilized or not? And what does that mean to you? And are you having a lot of self-doubts because you're actually not talented? Or are you having doubts because you're putting your talent, or you're utilizing your talent in the wrong area of life? What do you want? That is what it really comes down to. And Sagittarius, you guys can be very, very giving. But for a Sagittarius not to do what they want, I know you're out of your element, bitch. I know you're out of your element. And I'm only saying that I got a Sagittarius daughter, I got a Sagittarius mom, I got a Sagittarius best friend, okay, that we have matching tattoos with. My mod Dart Designs, Lori, she is a Sagittarius rising. Got a lot of those placements in my life, okay? And I'm pretty sure that they're going to be confident enough usually to choose what makes them happy. And I feel like you should probably do the same. Don't be afraid to take somebody on board. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to work with somebody. Don't be afraid to do that. That's probably how you're going to be the most successful at what it is that you're trying to do. The 7 of Wands for something that you have to look forward to. 2 of Wands in reverse. There's that Magician in reverse again. So where you've doubted yourself, where you were afraid to come out of your comfort zone, it feels like you're going back to the drawing board, you're getting your shit together, and you realize that you actually have the cake. You know, you actually have the ingredients to not just be authentic to you and to do what makes you feel good and to actually be successful at it, but also to go up against the best or go up against people that are the best in your eyes or somebody else's. So I like this. This is positive for me. Well, well, well. If it isn't Sagittarius showing up as Sagittarius. Okay. Love that. Lost land, soul memories and gifts. You've done this before. Nothing is yet set in stone. So I want to say, like, keep an open mind, keep exploring, you know, fly your freak flag, do what you got to do. See what your options are in regards to whatever it is that you're trying to discover about yourself or what it is that you're trying to do. There's something about you in a past life, if you believe in that kind of thing, doing that before. Or maybe this is actually quite literally some kind of talent, gift, skill, or ability that you've dabbled with before, but you haven't really utilized it to the best of its ability. And so it's also saying that just because you want to do one thing doesn't mean that you only have to do that one thing. Nothing is yet set in stone. Keep your options open. Thank you so much, Sagittarius. If you guys want to book a super chat reading for this live, you can do so at hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. You can find that link as the pinned comment in the chat box below. Okay. Thank you, Saggy. All right, let's move on to Capricorn. Hi, Cappies. How you doing? Let's see here. All right, Capricorn risings. This is just a short, quick little synopsis of the new moon in Scorpio, which is happening on November 1st. You're going to be feeling the effects of this for the next couple of weeks. Please keep in mind that I'm going to be doing the full video for the new moon in Scorpio for members only on November 1st. So make sure you keep a lookout for that. So Capricorn risings, you guys are going to be having a new moon happening in your 11th house of hopes, dreams, wishes, goals, groups, communities. You can be joining a new group at this time. It can be a writing group for some of you, right? With that trine to Saturn in the 3rd house. This can be because of the way that you're communicating and how your communication and your way of thinking is becoming more mature over time. It's getting you in with the right people to be able to succeed at something that you've been desiring. Okay. So I can see a lot of networking kind of happening here and you joining something that's going to allow you to express yourself in some way. So let's see. Now for the tarot portion, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. Let's see what we have here. Oof. Don't hurt them. Don't hurt them. Or do. You know what I'm saying? That Emperor there is fabulous. The Emperor there is showing me that you're in a position of power. You're in your masculine era, whether you're a male or a female. You're taking charge. You're in some kind of powerful position. Maybe you're leading a group. Maybe you are gaining some kind of position of power through your career, or maybe you have solidified some kind of plan to the 10th degree, and now you're actually in a position of power because of what it is that you've built. You have your priorities in order is really what I want to say with that. The force, and you're taking time. For some of you, it was about, if you're a man specifically, this is about you healing your masculine energy. So if you've been like in your wounded masculine energy, this can be a time where you're healing that and you're like coming out better than ever before. This can also be you guys taking a lot of time to yourself as well. So finding that good balance between private time and taking care of your responsibilities. Ace of Wands in reverse. Yeah, it feels like a wounded masculine energy for some of you. What's up, Jim? It can be a wounded masculine energy for some of you. You could have felt like a lack of inspiration, or you could be feeling a little bit of like lackluster in one way or another. And it can just feel like that energy of, God, I have so much to do. I just feel like I work and then I sleep, or like, I have these people counting on me and like that's all they care about. And then like I go to bed and then I wake up and I do it all over again. So you can feel like you don't have a lot of drive. I don't want to say a lot of drive, but it feels like you're taking care of your duties and you're doing what is responsible. But then it's like, what about your happiness in your life and like the things that you care about on an individual level? It kind of makes me wonder if that is lacking a little bit. The Hermit for a challenge that you're needing to face. Yeah, it's like, what makes you happy? What puts you in a good place? There may be some responsibilities or some commitments that you've made to people, places, things that have just outworn their welcome in one way or another. And this can be about allowing yourself to let go of whatever those things are. Like whatever change that needs to happen, you need to allow it to happen and stop trying to hold it up so much, or trying to, make everybody's issues your responsibility or whatever it is. And this is about finding that alone time for yourself and getting in touch with your heart space, or getting in touch with your creative side, or whatever. Because it's like what you've been missing is you. It's really you. That's what you've been missing, is like your gushy little middle. I know Capricorn, especially Capricorn moons, y'all drive a tough bargain, but you guys are truly little soft little angels on the inside, somewhere deep, deep, deep down. If you go in there, no, not like that. Oh God. If you get deep enough with a Capricorn moon, but whatever. Violetta, don't say those things. Um, Whatever it may be, I really think that this is your time. Like if you have a partner or something like that, finding some alone time with a partner and granting yourself permission to be able to just be, just be you. The Two of Swords for what you have to look forward to. It's probably talking about peace. Two of Swords, Two of Pentacles, and yep, peace. Told you. Having peace in your life, but you have to grant yourself permission to have it. You have to grant yourself permission to ignore that shitty comment on YouTube that's not going to bring you peace. You have to grant yourself permission to remove yourself from the situation sometimes if it's bringing you chaos. Sometimes, you're the one that's going to have to assert some kind of boundary in order to maintain some form of peace, or make sure that what's up, Boombastic? How you doing? That you're getting some form of peace. And you can still handle your business and do what you got to do, but make sure that you're finding that balance in your life where you have that alone time and you're still, committing to your responsibilities. Advice, we have Mercury, star bathing, light body, crystal grid, transmission, activation. Emotions are running high. Yeah, there's that self card again. What about you? What about your relaxing time? What about you being able to free your mind up a little bit? And I think for some of you, you may end up having to have some, emotional conversations with people about certain commitments that you just can't keep anymore, or you being like, I need some space, or I need some alone time, or whatever it is. And that's okay. That's okay, but you're going to have to communicate those things. People are not mind readers. So if you're a steel trap, like I get it, right? That's the Capricorn charm, but like a steel trap doesn't always get what it needs. So definitely work on what the is that? Was that a freaking bug? Absolutely not. Oh my God. Ew. Ew, ew, ew. I'm freaking out. Where are these bugs coming from? Oh my God. No, absolutely not. No, sir. Ugh, I'm gonna have an absolute freaking freak out. Dude, I had like a fruit fly problem at my house recently, and it was a bitch getting them out. I had to make up all these little apple cider vinegar traps. I had to pour bleach down my drains. I was like, where are you little fuckers coming from? Oh my God. No, thank you. Okay, let's move on. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. Alrighty, Aquarius. All right, Aquarius. Hello, Aquarius. How are you guys doing? Welcome. Oh, what a mess. All right, Aquarius. Aquarius risings, we're going to be taking a look specifically at the astrology, just a short little synopsis before I release the full new moon in Scorpio video for all signs, for my members. You guys are going to be having a new moon happening in your 10th house of career and reputation. Maybe you guys are getting a little bit of recognition that's kind of helping your financial situation for some of you. Maybe you guys are getting noticed by a superior. Maybe you are getting promoted in some way. Maybe you're having some kind of new relationship status. Okay, I can see that happening as well, and it may end up increasing your finances in some way. Some of you, it's just a new career or some kind of new job that is bringing you money. All right, now for the tarot, sun, moon, rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. The Eight of Swords can feel a little stuck. You can feel like maybe you don't know what you want when it comes to a relationship. You don't know what you want to do when it comes to a career or your public reputation or something like that. It just seems like a decision that you seem to be stuck on or a little insecure about. I kind of want to see what that is. Why are you questioning your level of confidence or your ability to lead? That's what that makes me feel like. Because the Queen of Wands, she doesn't care what anybody thinks. And we all know that Aquarius usually does not care about what people think. But that Eight of Swords in front of the Queen of Wands, it's almost like trapping her in a place that she doesn't need to be. And the Queen of Wands is very expressive. She's very confident. She speaks her mind. She says what she wants to say. She takes the lead in situations. And she speaks for herself. And that Eight of Swords is making me feel like, why are you questioning that? Right. So if you are like, for instance, if you're having a new position at work or you're being granted some kind of new position at work, it's making me wonder, like, are you questioning your value in regards to that? Do you see the power that other people see in you, or do you question that? Because I really think that right now, this is about owning and honing into your power. You may be too worried about what other people are thinking for once. And you may be holding on to old paradigms. You may be holding on to old insecurities or whatever it is, or something that your mom told you that was really negative when you were like 10 years old that's stopping you from doing this. And you can be repeating a cycle in your life that you really shouldn't be repeating, because this is what you need to be doing. I mean, you're looking great, by the way. P.S. Don't know if you knew that, but you're looking great, at least in the month of November. I don't know how you're looking now. Maybe you're sitting there, eating Cheeto dust off of your fingertips. But that Queen of Wands tells me that you are a leader. You're in a position to lead in some way in your life, and don't let old habits or don't let your need for control or don't get you stuck in place where you're not able to move because of your own insecurities. The Four of Pentacles in reverse for a challenge with the Eight of Cups and the Strength card. Don't run away from it, is kind of what I want to say. This is the challenge. having that confidence. The strength is a leader, you know? The strength card is about leadership. It's about being confident. It's about being passionate. It's about knowing when to shut up and knowing when to speak and knowing when to hold back and knowing when to go for it. But I'm wondering if you have to take a chance on walking away from something else in order to get what it is that you want. Are you just gonna go back to old things, go back to the same old story and the same old crap? Or are you actually going to step it up where you belong? It's time for you to step it up, Aquarius. Especially with Pluto going into your sign, you better get ready for it. The power is yours. You got to own it. Ooh, what you have to look forward to, the 10 of Cups. I love this. This is like emotional support from a partner, your family helping you resolve things, your family helping you move on from things, resolution coming from a parent or coming from a partner or with a partner of some sort, any kind of emotional issues being resolved. Yeah, see, 3 of Swords, letting go of some hurt. I see a beautiful relationship here. And it can be romantic, absolutely, but it can also be in regards to your family. So you can count on support from a partner and or your family at this time. House 11, well, that's your natural house. Friends, groups, communities, people supporting you, your bigger goals, aspirations, dreams. Then we have hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. I almost want to say, like, look at the people around you, and that's going to tell you a lot about where you've been, where you are now, and where you're headed if you continue to associate with said people. I don't know why I'm getting that. It's time to release negativity. My grandmother used to always tell me, show me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are. You know, I was a alcoholic for a really long time. I mean, really, I wasn't an alcoholic because really didn't drink by myself like that. I only drank around social situations because I went through terrible trauma and people made me really nervous. And I realized that in order to be confident, I felt like I had to drink so I could just be delusional, right? And I did that for a really, really long time. And I ended up on this social media platform where I was very connected to these people, and then when I got sober, it was like I woke up. It felt like I woke up out of a coma. And while I still like loved those people and had love for those people, and some of them even got sober with me because they followed me and watched me and stuff, and I didn't like abandon them or anything. But as far as like the whole platform went, I realized like I can't be here anymore because this isn't like this isn't associated with who I am now. You know, it's like when you go to elementary school, eventually you got to graduate and you got to go to middle school. And you're probably not going to be in middle school and go back and hang out with your the elementary school crowd, right? You're probably not going to do that on your free time. So it makes me wonder, like, are there some people in your life or an old dream that's really not connected to who you are anymore? Is that holding you back in some way? So something to think about. Thank you, Aquarius. If you want to book a super chat reading in this live, you can do so at hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. That link can be found in the pinned comment in the chat box. What's up, Jake? Hi, Jake. It's nice to see you. All right. Awesome, MS. I gotcha. Let's see. All right. Let's move on to Pisces. All right, Pisces. So Pisces, astrologically speaking, Pisces rising specifically, this is just a quick synopsis of the new moon in Scorpio happening between November 1st through November 14th. If you want to see the full video, I'll be posting it for members only on November 1st, okay? So Pisces risings, this is going to be happening a new moon in Scorpio in your 9th house. So this can be you're planning a trip. You're planning a vacation. You are becoming a mentor for people. You're becoming a mentor for someone. You are going on a trip with friends. You are working with a life coach. You are maybe deciding that you do want to get married, or something about your philosophy, your life philosophy is changing. Maybe you're focusing more so on your spiritual practice, religious or spiritual beliefs. Maybe you're joining some kind of group or community, or hanging around or associating more with spiritual or religious people. And maybe you're taking it more seriously. So, as far as the tarot goes, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. Your energy is the sun in reverse. Maybe not feeling super optimistic. The sun in reverse, though, is still pretty positive, even though he's in reverse. Okay, the sun in reverse can still be a positive outcome, but it can be with a little bit of doubt or with a tinge of insecurity in some way. Let's see why we're doing that. The Three of Wands, the Five of Cups in reverse. Yeah, it could definitely be traveling. You could be at this point where you're trying to keep a positive mind frame, but maybe the people that you're surrounded with, or your job or something, you just feel like is kind of tearing you down. So maybe you actually decide to go on a trip to kind of get out of your head a little bit. For others of you, it seems like some kind of plan that you have in motion. Even though you're not totally confident in it, you're still trying to have an optimistic perspective, and you're going to try to go after it anyway. And I think what you're trying to do is you are intentionally looking at the glass half full when it comes to something that you're actively pursuing. It can be a relationship. It can be some kind of creative endeavor. It can be some kind of career or work thing. But it looks to me like you are intentionally leading yourself with the perspective of seeing the glass half full and seeing what you can do with that. Whoops. Hi. Your challenge is trusting yourself. Your challenge is your own fears, your own mind, your own thinking, your own subconscious, and how that's holding you back, or how that's stopping you from having a positive perspective or being able to see the glass half full. That's really just what that is. Yeah, holding on to old fears. Holding on to old fears, being too afraid of change, you know, being too afraid to roll with the punches, being afraid of what evolution is going to bring. Well, evolution is going to bring change, absolutely. But you have to understand that there's a better you at the end of that tunnel. So it may feel dark right now, but there's a light there. And it's usually the one that's within you that's going to lead you in the right direction. But it's going to be you that is going to have to change. But I think that that's what this is. And it can be all about perspective, right? It can be about having the faith, keeping the faith. Even when you have doubts about yourself, having faith that it's all going to work out in the end, which it will. Yep, and that's what can come from it. A new start. Maybe it'll be small at first, but you have to trust that you're leading yourself or being led in the right direction. And you're going to have to put in some effort. The Four of Cups, for what you have to look forward to, with the Ten of Swords and the Hierophant. Well, there's that religious, spiritual beliefs. Something that did not suit you. Something that didn't suit you. Something that you were being fed, right? Drinking the Kool-Aid. And like, if I can give a prime example, now this doesn't have to be what it is. Apply this to your life as you see fit. For instance, if you have some kind of religious trauma, or you have been spoon-fed Catholicism, or I don't know, Christianity or paganism, or I don't know, whatever the thing is, for your whole life, and you are just like, this is not me, this is not for me. You could finally see like an end to whatever that is, and you could be finding your own grounding in what it is that you believe. For some of you, it may be an educational front, because the Hierophant can also be like education or learning something. So there may be something that was just not for you, and you're like, I'm not doing this, and you're putting an end to it because it's not for you. And you can't really see the use in it, or it just doesn't resonate with you. And it's like, it's hard sometimes to go against what we've been spoon-fed our whole lives, or it's hard to go against what other people have, you know, ingrained into our heads. And it's hard to sometimes go against that and go at it on our own. Figure out what we actually believe in, or you know, what we decide to put faith in, or whatever it is, or what we don't want to be a doctor, we want to be this, you know. And so whatever that thing is, you're doing that, something that is fundamentally you, that's going to build the foundation for who you are. We have house 7, karmic relation. So this looks very relationship oriented. See, I don't always want to make it about relationships because I feel like that's so cliche for tarot, right? It's all about love. Confidence is your key to success. Yeah, I told you that. Confidence is your key to success, and sometimes that's going to be about choosing the half full version as opposed to the half empty. And that's not always easy to do, especially when we're doubting ourselves, especially when we're doubting God or whatever it is that we believe in. I want to say lean into your relationships for some of you, like the healthy relationships. What relationships are you giving your time and energy into, and what does that say about you? If are you giving yourself to these very healthy relationships and this is showing you that you are a healthy person, or are you giving yourself to toxic relationships and is this showing you that you have a lack of boundaries or that you are a toxic person yourself, whatever the thing is. But there's some soul growth that's supposed to build your confidence here through whatever relationships you've been in at this time, but now is the time to grow, so that way you can be more confident to pursue whatever the hell this is. Okay. So thank you so much, Pisces. I hope that you'll like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys want to book a super chat, you can do so at hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. You can find that in the pinned comment, the pinned comment in the chat box. I'm sorry, I'm losing steam, y'all. I need to eat. I definitely need to eat. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and take a look at these super chats. All right, here we go. All right, we got Lucine, Taurus here. Can you please look into my Gemini's current feelings and thoughts? Thanks, love. Have a great day. You're welcome. All right, let me see this person's feelings and thoughts in regards to Lucine. 6 of Pentacles and the Lovers. This person feels like there's an equal exchange, or at least equal feelings in one way or another. So there's clearly love here, or very strong feelings. This person feels like you guys have something to build off of, and I think that they're willing to give to it. 7 of Swords, the 2 of Cups. Sometimes they can feel like they need to protect their emotions a little bit, or maybe they feel like you're doing that, but there's a deep understanding, or there's a deep soul connection here. I just think that there may be a little bit of fear or some kind of needing to protect oneself in order to overcome whatever this is, which just feels like fear to me. You know, it's like maybe this person has been hurt before or something, and so they're afraid to be super vulnerable, you know. That can definitely be this person. Thank you so much, Lucine. I really appreciate you. All right, let's see. Hello, Darcy. Looking good, lady. Looking awesome. All right, let's see. Ooh, what's that cake there? That's cute. Darcy, I know that I have to give up something to get something based on my birth chart. I have learned so many lessons. Does it include my biz too? I have a second line. I'm still able to make my eyeshadow palettes. I love to do it. I can't help it. I wish I didn't. Community is psycho, so hateful. But is it time for it to go and just get the whole thing out of my life? Or you're trying to message me because I can't get this message? Wait, what? I know you are the one. She completely talked to you about it. What? Happy birthday. Wait, what? How do you have time? You're a writer. 400 takes a while. I'm sorry. I'm so confused on what your question is, Darcy. Darcy, if you can clarify your question for me, that would be really awesome because I genuinely don't understand it. Yeah, Darcy, please just let me know if you have like a direct question because I'm really uncertain on how to read that for you, okay? Or to answer that for you. So just let me know if I'm missing something. Let's see. We have Lance. Hi, Violetta. A bit more of a tame question this time. Will I get a raise by the end of the year? Not talking about a BS 2%. I want something substantial. I work hard. Okay, let me see. Will I get a raise by the end? Will Lance get a raise by the end of the year? Maybe is the high priestess. The high priestess is a maybe. And it tells me that you have the potential and that you also may have this untapped potential, but you also have unlimited potential in the field that you're in or just in regards to life in general. So there is potential for you to have one. Let me see. What is that based on here? The 10 of Wands, how hard you work. So if you really do work hard, they're probably already looking at that, you know? The high priestess can say somebody intuitively feels that you probably deserve one, especially with that 10 of Wands showing up. And it's interesting that you're like, I work hard because this is literally the card of I work hard. So I think so, in my opinion. Can you give me more insight in regards to this, please? The Queen of Swords in reverse, the Knight of Wands. Be careful of somebody, a feminine energy at work trying to down talk you or say bad things about you. Just be careful with that. I want to say keep doing what it is that you're passionate about. If this is something that you're passionate about, keep taking action, keep making the moves, keep taking initiative. But with that high priestess, the high priestess, when it comes to yes or no questions, is a maybe. Okay. But I do like that the high priestess does talk about unlimited potential. And then I say, well, what would be the determination, a determining factor of Lance getting a promotion? And I got the 10 of Wands. And you already told me that you're a hard worker. So I think that you're going to get it. I just want to say be cautious of a feminine energy around you or something. I don't know if she's, has a heart on for you or what, but just be careful. Thank you, Lance. All right, let's see. Yeah, sorry, Darcy. It was shut up, Mountain Girl. It was really, really long and there was not like I couldn't understand what you meant. I just when you do the super chats, if you can just try to like if you have like like you need to tell me a little bit more backstory to whatever it is that you're asking, do that first and then put the question at the end. So if you could just tell me what your question is, I'm absolutely happy to answer it. Absolutely. We have Sky. Hi, Violetta. What did N think of my conversation slash argument about work? And will it be a good outcome related to the specific career opportunity? Thank you. Okay, let me see. What did N think of the conversation argument about work with Sky? She thought it was stressful, but the Nine of Swords with the Devil in reverse, based on what you're telling me, is it was something that stressed her out, but it was an awareness that that thing is true. So, for instance, if you were like, hey, the way that these people are working here is not good because this, that, and the third. It may have been something that worried her or stressed her out, but she may have realized that you were correct about something, the devil in reverse, or an awareness that something was wrong or that you may be right about said argument. Will it be a good outcome related to the specific career opportunity? The King of Swords, Justice in reverse. I don't like the Justice in reverse because it makes me I like the King of Swords there because it tells me that you are getting an answer. The Justice in reverse makes me feel like although the King of Swords does not have an intent to be unfair, the Justice in reverse tells me that it may not be exactly what you were expecting or it may not be up to what you believe is worthy of your time. Does that make sense? So it's not that whoever this is isn't trying to be fair, but the justice in reverse, you may perceive it as like, well, that's not really fair, you know? Although the King of Swords in the upright doesn't have that intention to be unfair. So I hope that answers your question. Thank you so much, Sky. It's good to see you again. We have Monica. I had a short fling. I don't expect much, but how does he feel about me? And is there anything I should know? How does he feel about Monica? He's a little conflicted. He's a little conflicted. It can be his ego getting in the way, or he could feel like there's some kind of drama potentially, or some kind of drama that could end up occurring in your guys' connection because maybe he feels like you're dating other people, or he is, or whatever the case is. And I feel like that's why he's trying to take it slow, or there may be a little bit of a ray of caution around this for some reason. Why is that? Oh. So it's probably his ego. Because that King of Cups tells me that he may see you as somebody that maybe he could fall in love with, or that he feels vulnerable around, or somebody that he's emotionally attracted to. But there can be some conflicting feelings about that because maybe he's not ready for that, or maybe it is his ego, or he has a fear of vulnerability, or he doesn't want to be in a relationship right now, or it could be literally so many factors. Anything she should know about this person? He's interested in knowing more, but I would be careful with this person because I feel like he may be a little impulsive or a little flighty. This is Gemini energy. The Knight of Swords is like he's taking action because he wants to either convey something or convince, or he wants to learn something. So the action is there. You'll probably get communication, but this person can also be very flighty or impulsive as well. So don't expect something to be like super stable, or you know what I mean? Thank you, Monica. Hello, Ileana. It's Fireball. Hello, Fireball. How is my Hermit Empress feeling? Because he talks in circles and I need an emperor and he knows time. So. Okay, let's see here. How is he feeling? The Hangman in reverse. You know, he may be holding on to old crap, quite frankly. He's not really moving. The Hangman in reverse is like, I'm just kind of sitting here because I can't let go of something. I can't let go of an old way of thinking. I can't let go of my old wounds, or whatever the case may be. And so it seems like he's just kind of not really doing anything. The Three of Cups tells me that he's showing up, you know, he feels that connection. He feels like you get him. The Ace of Cups, he's wanting to offer something. He has love to offer, but that Hangman in reverse is what's keeping him stuck. Like something isn't progressing maybe in the way that it should, because that Hangman is going to trump these other cards. So it's like there's a stagnancy there. Why? The Eight of Pentacles in reverse. This is like doing the same thing over and over again, expecting the same result. This can also be this person being hypercritical either of you or of themselves, which isn't going to help. And it's funny because this Hangman is Neptunian and this Eight of Pentacles is Sun and Virgo, which are two very completely different energies, because Neptune rules Pisces, which is the opposite of Virgo, right? So it makes me feel like this person is being pushed and pulled by their own subconscious versus their chaotic mind. So it's like they need to find a middle ground. Um, he may know he's going to miss out on an opportunity with you because of his lack of confidence, because of his lack of masculinity, or his pride, or whatever it may be. So there can be a missed opportunity happening here in the near future, or he already knows or feels like he's going to miss something with you. Your advice is house 2, know your worth is just what I'm getting with that. Know your worth, surrender to the sweetness, Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life, have fun. This is telling you to have fun. This is double Venusian energy. So what is Venus energy? Well, yes, it's about relationships, but it's also about money. It's also about knowing your worth. Don't let your past hold you back is the third card that came out of this. So don't let your past hold you back. If you feel like, if you're looking at somebody and like they're not moving and you've been in this situation before and you feel like this person isn't evolving, it's like been there, done that. You know what I mean? And now this is up to you to prioritize you, really, at the end of the day. Thank you, Fireball. Love you. And then we have, let me see if Darcy ever answered. Oh, you're welcome, Monica. What's up, Bessie? Poet's here. Hi. Oh, thank you, Nicole Ashley. No, MS, not yet. I'm about to do yours here in just a second. I mean, so my business, is it a go or a no? I'm sorry. Oh, don't be sorry. It's okay. All right, let's see. Darcy, let's see. Is her business a no or a go? Let me see. The Judgment in reverse, the Empress in reverse. Well, the Empress is Venusian energy, so this is about beauty. The Judgment in reverse may be making me feel like you're being misjudged, but it may be that people are potentially feeding off of your own insecurity or knowing where your insecurities lie and taking advantage of that. This may also be saying that, you know, you may need to take accountability for something. Okay. That could be just a side note. That could be it as well. But the Judgment in reverse may also be saying this isn't really the calling. It can be saying that this really isn't the calling. Let's get advice for that though. The Ace of Swords and the Queen. What does your heart truly want at the end of the day? Like, what does your heart really want? Because I think that we're needing to look for some clarity in regards to that, right? And it's one of those things like, if you could really do anything, right? Like me, like I know that my heart, whether my heart is sad, happy, whatever, I'm gonna write. Like I'm going to write. Don't get me wrong. Tarot's cool and all that, and that's all good, you know. But writing, that's it. That is where I know there's no doubts. I love that. Even if I don't become famous for that, even if I don't sell a book, I have to do it because it is me. It is who I am. Who are you? You know? And I'm not saying it's this, but it's telling you you have to answer that for yourself. And if this is something that is honestly true to you, you know, especially if you're, and, you know, just speaking from somebody who's been on social media for almost a decade now, right? In regards to my career and what I do for a living, I really want you to understand that social media is politics. People are going to unfortunately try to tear you down, and usually it's just people that are just as insecure as their comments make them sound. It's usually somebody that's just feeling alone or afraid or has nothing better to do. People find the internet and it feels safe for them to be able to regurgitate and vomit their insecurities or their trauma onto other people because it feels safe for them to do so. But usually they wouldn't do that face to face, you know? You got to think about it, right? Think of how many DMs, for instance, that you've received from guys where they're sending D pics or they're like, hey, want to F? And really, they would never just walk up to you in person and unzip their pants, and they would never do that, right? But people feel safe behind a computer or, and even if it's somebody doing this in like your like everyday life or whatever, it still all stems from insecurity and having nothing better to do. And so, social media, if you're I imagine that you'd put your business on social media, but I mean, I have been really through the ringer on social media. It's sometimes, in my opinion, even more dangerous than out there in the real world, but it's more of a psychological internal danger than it is necessarily an external one. It can turn that way, right? In extreme cases, but and so it's really about filtering that out and asking yourself, is this really worth it to me, you know? I'll tell you this, it'll either break you or it'll make you, you know. And it'll make you ask yourself, how strong are the bones of this dream that I have? How strong are mine, right? Metaphorically speaking. So, I hope that helped, Darcy. I love you. I'm sorry you're having a hard time. I understand, I do. All right, then we have MS. Oh, look at you. Looking good. Is Francesco, the Italian crush, still interested in me? And will he reach out? Is he still interested in her? Okay. I think so. Six of Wands, Five of Swords in reverse. I think that if I'm going to be honest, I think a lot of this has to do with ego. You're clearly a stunning, stunning woman. You know, women are a lot of the time status symbols for men. Men pay women to go out with them. They will literally sometimes hire a group. There's literally companies for this where they hire groups of models to go out with them to clubs to make them look good, to impress other men, because women are a status symbol and it makes them feel good. And they get to show you off and it makes them feel good. And that's kind of the Six of Wands. It's like, this makes me look good. And I think that, see, the Five of Swords in reverse in the Game of Thrones deck is a little deceptive. It's a little about very determined to get some kind of attention, very determined to feel some kind of ego rush. And I think while he wants to give you attention, I think that he enjoys the tension that he either gets from being in association with you, or he just likes the attention that you give him. So I'm not seeing any cups here, so I don't really like that. The Six of Wands is fine though. It just really depends on what you're into or what you like. So seems like he wants attention and wants to give attention, but there might be a little bit of a um uh like a quid pro quo, or I don't know if that makes sense. Ulterior motive, I guess you could say. Is he going to reach out within the next month? What's going on here? I'm going to be honest. With that Queen of Pentacles, and that Seven of Cups in reverse, this makes me wonder if I did not get you on that Queen of Pentacles, to be totally honest. And then I double checked. I said, is he going to reach out or not? And I got the Eight of Wands in reverse. I don't think so. I think that he's like choosing someone, or he's really associating himself with some woman. Okay. And it could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn lady. But it seems like he may, I don't know if he's going to enter a relationship per se, but he is kind of making a choice here, I guess. But you're beautiful. I wouldn't worry about it. But I get it though. Thank you so much, Monica. I really appreciate you. I mean Monica. I mean MS. Sorry, I just did Monica. All these ladies. All right, let's see here. You're welcome, MS. All righty. And then we got Linnea. I hope I said that. Beautiful name. I was recently backstabbed by a close friend, Aquarius, who was giving false information to an ex-friend, Gemini, I cut ties with 6 months ago. I've been focusing on myself and my life. Now they're both saying I allegedly made a comment about the Gemini recently when that isn't the truth. I did the math, and the comment was most likely made 3 years ago. I also don't remember saying it. I'm extremely frustrated because it feels like we're rehashing something that isn't even relevant to why we stopped communicating in the first place. Oh, whoops, sorry. My question is, what is the lesson here? What am I supposed to be learning? Six of Cups in reverse, the Five of Pentacles, and the Star in reverse. When you're dealing with people, you have to ask, are they adding anything positive to my life? And if they're subtracting something, is that subtraction that they're implementing a positive one? And with the Six of Cups in reverse, this can be like people who need to grow up. And then asking you at the same time, if these people are at this level where they're really worried about something from 3 years ago, how is this adding to your life? Or is it a deficit? Deficit. Deficit. You know? And it reminds me of the show that I watch. It's called Selling Sunset, you know, and these women are rich out of their minds. And it's so entertaining to watch because it's like, you know, we have real problems out here in the world. And I watch these girls because they really don't have any real honest to God problems, right? Like, you know, not any like, you know, they're not gonna lose their house, they're not starving, you know what I mean? So because they don't have real world problems or other things that they need to worry about, they create problems amongst each other. And it's hysterical to watch because I'm like, wow, if I was that rich, you wouldn't hear from me ever again. You know, like that would be it. And you got to ask yourself, why are these people creating these problems? And do you think that your energy could be utilized towards something better that could either subtract negativity from your life or add positivity to it? And what is this adding or subtracting from your life? And the star being here, do you think that your energy could be better focused on your future, your goals, your aspirations, your dreams? Or do you truly think it's better utilized here on figuring out this puzzle that they've created for you? And then we got the Page of Swords in reverse. Gossip, rumors, drama. The Page of Swords in reverse is a dimwit, you know? And I know that's not a very classy way to say idiot, but, you know, it's just 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Chariot in reverse. You will lose more. Oh, sorry, hold on. You will lose more by associating with this energy than you will gaining anything. And not only that, but you're losing time, you know. Um what do I think your lesson is? To not associate with people who don't have better things to worry about, you know? So I like to think of it as like what you're spending your energy on is like a menu that you're ordering from the universe. And what you are giving your energy to is what you are essentially ordering from the universe. So the universe is putting this situation in front of you and is saying, hey, are you going to fuck with this or not? And by you associating with it or even giving it a thought in your head, the universe is thinking, okay, um, I see that Linnea wants more of this. So that's what I'm going to give her. And that's how energy works sometimes. You know what I mean? Capricorn, take the higher road, be mature, perspective. None of this matters. You know, I do love tarot sometimes. I really do. That is too funny. Prosperity lies ahead. You know, there's a saying, and it's going to sound really just trashy, but I'm just going to say it. There's a saying that says, if it's not feeding, fucking me, or financing me, I don't care. Okay. Maybe that's not the most responsible way to get my message across, but it is a message nonetheless. So, love this none of this matters card. It doesn't. This is what matters. Focus on your self-worth, your self-value, and your priorities. Thank you, Linnea. Then we got Lady Anne. Why does Jay act so squirrely about his coworker? Let's see. Why does Jay act so squirrely about his coworker? Nine of Cups, Seven of Pentacles in reverse, and the Fool. He may want something that this person has, and he may be afraid that he's going to lose it because he's invested some kind of conversation or money or time or something into this individual that he seems to be committed to. Maybe just, I'm just saying, maybe on just a coworker kind of level. And with that Fool energy there, it seems like there's some kind of new path that he's trying to take with maybe this person or away from this person or something like that. But he may be growing impatient or feeling like he's not going to get some kind of need met. Like a bad investment almost. Like I want to make sure that I'm getting what I need and what I want. So I don't know what that means for him or you, honestly. All right, you guys, I'm going to get out of here. A special shout out to Lori. Please go check out Restored Dart Designs. What's up, Sean? How you doing? Definitely check out hypsee.com/Violetta Alexis. Make sure that you guys are following me on there. And let me just stop that event. There we go. Yeah, make sure you guys are following me on there. That way you guys can get notified. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Shout out to Rick Astor for coming through and killing it every single stream. And I love you guys, and I hope that you have a wonderful evening. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.